serious right now? That's the first time I've gotten that level of a snap from her. I'm Zach George. I train dogs, and this is my new dog, Inertia. I'm taking you along as I train her from day one. You can start from the beginning or pick up anywhere and start learning. Welcome to the Dog Training Experience. In today's episode, we'll do some training at an actual house party and see how Inertia does. We'll continue working on some tricks, some foundational behaviors, and much more. Puffer just launched an awesome app, which is designed to enhance my 100% free digital dog training course, 30-Day Perfect Pup. The app has so many great features, like a training calendar to help you keep track of your progress, and you finally have the ability to search by training issue. And there are many more features too numerous to list now. It's totally free and available for Apple and Android. Go download it right now and let us know what you think. I'll have a link in the description below. Okay, first of all, furniture training. Not going that well. We're gonna have to work on that. Today's kind of a big day at our house. My wife, Brianna, is hosting a baby shower for one of her best friends in the world. And we're gonna have lots of people over and lots of decorations, and I better prepare her. Ideally, I should have probably done this a couple of days ago. I want her on somewhat good behavior. I don't want her running up to everyone, jumping on everyone, though I still want Inertia to get socialized, of course. So at 14 weeks, socialization is still very important, but she can also start to learn good manners. So I intend to really be focused on her, enforcing decent behavior. Do I have any unrealistic expectations that she's not going to jump on people? Of course she's going to attempt to jump on people. Okay, let's prime Inertia for this special occasion. But first, I gotta figure out how to get her off that chair. You don't want to scold them or yank them down. First, gotta let her know I have currency. She's still young. That's also one way to teach your dog to get off the furniture. One of the first things that I'm really curious about here is how Inertia is going to do in the presence of a balloon. Come here. Yes, good job. She was on the furniture. I said, hey, why don't you do this instead? Come on over here. This will get you paid. Wait. There are going to be decorations and things like balloons that she's never seen before. So I'm taking the opportunity to give her a preview of new things that she's likely to encounter. There you can see she's like, wait a minute. Plus, this puts me in the position to delicately introduce new things to her in a way that's likely to get her to be more accepting of them. Let me take your leash off. I'm just gonna let her explore it. Okay, she doesn't appear scared of it. If she was nervous of it, I'd probably take it out, give her a tiny piece of chicken, and let her know, hey, look, chicken comes out when this does. But she seems pretty content. I think with balloons, it's that like real subtle movement they do on the ground that makes them intriguing. Wonder what happens if I toss it to her. Let's see. Come here, sit. Real excited right now. Wait, here we go, ready? Whoa, look at that. Oh boy, easy. In the event it does become a currency, I should probably encourage her to be a little gentle. Clearly you want to do this under supervision. Balloons probably aren't the most ideal dog toy. Now it's things like this that I'm particularly concerned with, though it may not be too bad, but they're gonna be hanging, and that's puppy bait if I've ever seen it. So I'm gonna practice leave it with this. Practicing leave it with a lot of items is super important. Leave it. Look at me. Yes, oh, that was great. She's like, I think I want to go after that, but I think I've been through this drill before. Sit, leave it, look at me, perfect, wait. Ha, 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 ha. Good job, look at me, perfect. Gonna make it extra exciting, more exciting than it's likely to be in real life. That's okay. Sit, wait, leave it alone. So if it's raining decorations, she's got to be able to hold that leave it. So I think we're semi-prepared. We'll see how it goes. I'll be vlogging today. Wish me luck. People are starting to arrive for the baby shower today. And let me show you what I'm up against here. Bree has put these decorations right here at Inertia level. So I'll have to contend with this. Not sure what this is about here, but that should be interesting as well. This is also at Inertia height. I'm real worried about these. As people are starting to arrive, I'm gonna work with Inertia and just start walking with her on leash around here and just giving her general direction. I just wanna make sure she's gonna listen to me with fewer distractions before major distractions come. Yes, Inertia? I'll let her say hi to people in a second, but right now I just wanna make sure that I can get her attention on me. Leave it alone. Look at me. Wait, no. Look at me. That was a little unexpected. I got a real reluctant look at me right there. That's been very reliable in general. Look at me. I've really been saying a lot of look at me because if I can't get her eyes on me, I can't guide her. That's a precursor to just about everything. So let's take a step back here and remind her what look at me means. Yes. Look at me. Yes. Stand. Wait. Look at me. I'm gonna walk away from her, off leash, indoors. Minor distractions. Push her too far. Let's try that again. Sit. Stand. Wait. Look at me. Yes. Wait. Okay, I feel pretty good going into this. I think she's gonna do pretty well. My challenges are gonna be getting her attention on me around new people, asking her to do things while all these auditory distractions are going on. It's just a dramatic change of environment is the bottom line. So I'm gonna walk her around the kitchen where some people are starting to gather. I'm just like this really weird guy at the baby shower who's training his dog. Leave it. Oh. First bit of confetti. She keeps encountering them, so I'm just gonna do a real life leave it. Sit. Confetti. Leave it. That's so good.
Oh, hi, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, this is her first meeting with Sarah. I don't want her biting at her dress. She loves to bite dresses. And I certainly don't want her jumping on Sarah because Sarah's pregnant. A whole bunch of people have arrived. I'm gonna take her out and do some more training here. Wait. I'm gonna break out the good currency. Wait. Here. Sit. Wait. Okay, very good. We'll go say hi over here. Yes, I'm just introducing her. Oh, see, she's a little overwhelmed. It's clear that Inertia is thrown off by this radical change to her environment. I'll be proceeding slowly. That's better. She's pulling forward now. Good. Yeah, there you go. That's how you greet a dog. Yep. Yep, thank you. Thank you for petting her. Ah. Inertia just starting to get nervous over here because this hanging teddy bear, she hasn't seen it yet. Or, I'm sorry, the hanging rabbit. What's that? You see that? Yes. It's okay. See how she's a little nervous of it? I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Okay, that's all right. I'm just gonna let her appreciate it and take it in. I mean, she's probably like, hey, someone needs to help that rabbit. He's trapped up there. You know, after like 4 or 5 minutes, Inertia has just settled down. We just hung out here and it's completely normal to her now. You can see she's super social and everything. It looks like Inertia is fitting in just fine. So all in all, I'd say she's pretty relaxed. That's a small person right there. I know he's got cheese and everything. That's gotta be hard. Nice job, really, that's called settle. Good. Obviously, fast movements can be very tempting for puppies. She's maintaining her position. Our communication is really starting to get traction. This is wonderful. The baby shower went very well, and Inertia did as well as could be expected. I'll continue to work with her in distracting scenarios moving forward. Meanwhile, it's another day, and Inertia is getting wilder by the second. This is gonna be our first lesson on hold. You know, teaching your dog to hold something in their mouth for a period of time. It looks like she's doing really well with holding the leash for a period of time. Hold will set up so many future behaviors. If you're interested in service dog training, hold is a pretty essential part of that. For this lesson, I'm using the Pupford freeze-dried beef liver treats. These are part of their train line, so let's use them for training. Let's go ahead and take her leash off right now. She's pretty stable, staying around me. So I'm gonna put this here, let her investigate that. Okay, I actually like that she picked it up. That's a good start, because she already knows how to pick up a toy, right? So that's kind of the start of hold, but let's see if we can get her to take it right out of my hand. I mean, she's already halfway there. Yes, perfect. Here you go. What's this? No. Yes, yes, good. See that? So at first she's like, sometimes shake works, but maybe if I grab it, that's what he wants. Yes, perfect. So you can see she's biting it. I'm letting go and it's immediately falling to the ground. Still a long way from hold. Yes, good, perfect. Now that was excellent, wasn't it? See how she held it for a longer period of time? Notice how I'm saying yes and immediately following it up with a Pupford treat. She was holding it for just a split second longer than before. My goal for this session, I would love to work up to a 2, maybe a 3 second hold. Notice the puppy biting here. She's like, oh, you want me to bite? I'll bite. Does that work? No, you gotta bite this. Do your best to focus on the task at hand as your dog works through things like biting or jumping or whatever. And remember to pick your battles and remind yourself that everything can't be taught at once. In this case, we'll continue to focus on hold. What's this? Take it. Over here, this way, come here. Inertia, what's this? Come. What's this? Come here. I think she loves holding it so much she doesn't want to stay near. Clearly, the issue isn't teaching her to hold it, it's teaching her to hold it while staying still in front of me. She couldn't resist the Pupford treats. So that was her very first training session with hold. Pupford also came out with these new chews in their Engage line too. No small print ingredients when it comes to these products. There is one ingredient in these, beef Achilles tendon. For a teething dog like Inertia, these are very enjoyable. Get your Pupford Train and Engage products. I'll have links below. Let's talk again about resource guarding. It's really important to stay on top of this if you have a dog of any age really, but especially a puppy, to keep bad habits from emerging. So I really want her to get used to me giving her things that she really values, like this bone, and taking the bone away and then giving it back to her. And here I'm just using the bone as currency. It's something she really wants. So I'm gonna let her get into that. I've been messing with her food and stuff like that, but this can be viewed as a very valuable resource. I like animal bones like this, like in short bits with supervision. You do wanna be careful because they can be pretty hard, but as a special treat while you're supervising, I think they can be really nice. There's a little look in her eye, actually. I don't know if you can see it there. It's not totally clear that she's comfortable giving it up. So I'm gonna continue doing work on this. See right there? See how she freezes up right there? Leave it alone. No, ma'am. Right there. Did you see that? That's actually brand new behavior. I haven't seen that before. She is getting a little protective of the bone. So I'm going to immediately take it away just to let her know that's not going to fly. This is actually the first resource guarding training session I've done where I've had that happen. So I've been doing this, every couple of days or whatever, but I haven't done it with anything quite like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bone away from her without asking, and I'm gonna exchange it for a treat as well. See that? Go, what's that? Good, right? So if your dog was starting to develop an issue with resource guarding or they were starting to growl, this might be a place to start. Give them something that has some value to them and distract them with a treat like that. And then when they get the treat, take it away and then say, yes, give it back. To communicate to them, sometimes I wanna take it and sometimes I'll give it back to you. It's a very natural instinct for dogs to protect things. Now see if I just take it away there without rewarding. She was still good. I'll go ahead and give her a reward anyway. You can do exercises like this with your dog's dinner just to really get them in the habit of taking their attention off of something. Let me see if I can call her off of it altogether. Inertia, come. Yes, there we go. Good job. So there I was able to call her voluntarily off of it. Leave it alone? No, ma'am. That's just frustration right there. I don't think that's snapping. I would describe that as bratty behavior. Inertia, you shouldn't be bratty on YouTube. As I continued this lesson, I wanted to see how Inertia would react if I touched the inside of her mouth. Remember, I've been desensitizing her to having the inside of her mouth touched for toothbrushing and general inspection. So I felt comfortable doing this, but I'd probably not advise that most people do this for the reason you're about to see. That's the first time I've gotten that level of a snap from her at me. That's something I'm gonna be paying very close attention to. That little nip happened because I went inside of her mouth and she was really uncomfortable with that. And that's just a natural reaction for many dogs. Really what that tells me is I should probably take a step back and do some more handling exercises with her. So right here, I wanna practice going in her mouth like this and everything, just so she's extra tolerant, and that was really good. I'm taking a step back in training in order to more clearly show her how I want her to behave in the presence of something like a bone. We'll continue to pay attention to this and keep you updated. Oh my goodness. Are you serious right now? Jumping on the furniture continues to be an issue. You might remember there used to be a lamp. Well, I've removed the lamp because, well, it's a hazard when you have a young, wild puppy, so that's gone. But I've opted to keep the chairs in because I think they represent a good real-world distraction. I mean, there's furniture everywhere in her world, so I'm not going to remove it. Rather, I'm going to teach her how not to jump on the furniture without permission. Because right now, she's technically not yet allowed to be on the furniture. I may change that in the future. I'm going to take her leash off right now because I feel like she's much more stable than when I first brought her in here. For now, when I do catch her jumping on the furniture, I encourage her to come to me and do something. So I promptly give my attention to her and get her to chase me. So far, that's worked. I haven't had to pick her up off the furniture. But If she wasn't listening, of course I would pick her up and put her down because I failed to control her environment well enough. Let's talk tricks now. Let's see how Inertia is doing with get your tail. Inertia, will you look at me? See, getting her attention on me, even before asking her to get her tail. Get your tail. Whoops, okay. Hey. Yes. Clicking a clicker and following it up with a great treat is a great way to train a dog. Every time I click, I give her a treat. In her mind, she's trying to make that clicker go off so she gets an awesome reward. Can you get your tail? I need to just be patient rather than thinking she didn't hear it. Sometimes she needs to hear it, register, think about it for a second, and then try something. So that's why it's important to really keep your pace at your dog's level. But let's see here. Can you get your tail? I'm gonna be flexible. I thought she might be a little bit farther along on get your tail, but that's 2 times where she's kind of tried and I haven't said, hey, good job. So I might be asking too much of her. I need to adjust my expectations. So I'm gonna go back to being a little bit more liberal on my rewarding. Get your tail. Good. Taking a step back on my training. You know, I write about that a lot in my books, and I think that's a really important part of training a dog. My first book is a great overview for training your dog, and my second book is essential if you're trying to resolve unwanted behaviors. If in doubt, get them both. Get your tail. Yeah, good effort. Love it. So she's not quite getting her tail. Get your tail. Okay. Little bit of a late click, but I'm trying to keep her from being frustrated as well. She's going halfway and looking back at me. Maybe that's where we are. I don't know if she's gonna continue to take to it. I was recently working with Inertia on wave while standing, and she is just now, I think, starting to understand what I want. So let's see what we can do there. This is yet another trick or behavior that we're stacking on top of stand. So we're combining 2 behaviors. Stand, good. Well, I don't know if I can do this. Wave. I don't usually signal left-handed. Yeah, good. I'll click that. But that's okay though. I think I might be able to get it left-handed anyway. Normally we're positioned different, and all of those things make differences when you're training a dog. If you're on a different side of them than they're used to and you're luring with a separate hand, your lure may look slightly different and that throws them off. You can see she's used to doing it while sitting. It's almost like an accident the first time it happens. Wait. Yeah, good. Right there, perfect. So she didn't go into a sit that time. That was wonderful. Stand. Wait. That's kind of a cool trick. Kind of like it. Why not? Okay. Audible. Wait. Wait. Good. Wait is so handy. Wait basically means hold that position. It's like a pause button. So stand while wave may evolve into teaching a new trick, you know? I mean, I'm kind of in this really flexible mood right now, so why not? All right, let's get back to stand with wave. Stand, wait. Since I'm meeting a little bit of resistance here, I'm gonna just reward on something easier, which is stand and wait while I walk away. I really want her to get, okay, I really need to hold this position right here, this stand position. She's getting a little frustrated too. That's what the biting is. So I really want to minimize that. Let's find something easy to reward here. Over here, this way. Sit. Good. Nice job. Stand, wait, wave. No, stand, it's okay. Wait, wave. God, I love the backup. I can't not click that. I mean, it's her brainstorming about what to do. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have her wave while sitting. Since I'm combining stand and wave, let's get her warmed up independently on both of them, and then we'll combine them. All right, ready? Now let's stand. Yes, wait, and wave. Yeah, there you go. See, so there was a good lesson there. I was throwing too much on her. I should have really warmed her up. So something else I would like to work on with Inertia is how to put her front paws on this and rotate around this book, which I have wrapped up right here. Yes, off to a good start. Training Inertia how to move her rear legs in this manner is going to make future body positioning training much more smooth. I want her to know how to pivot on her front feet. So that means she's gonna have to move in a way that might not be so natural to her. So in other words, she's gonna get clicked every time her 2 feet are right here on this book. Yes. Now, once I feel like she understands putting her 2 feet on the book, we're gonna go to the next step. Sit, wait, okay, come, and yes, right there. I'm clicking the second she hits the book there. Wonderful. Okay, let's go back here. Good job. Sit, wait, Come here. Yes, she's doing so well with this. Look at that. But I'm also clicking her the moment she does it, so we really have that clear communication. Now that she's putting her paws reliably on the book here, I'm going to encourage her to turn in one direction or the other. We'll see what she feels like doing. Okay, wait, good. I'm gonna reward any back movement of her legs at all. Yes, right there. See, she kept her 2 paws on the book and she moved her back legs. That's exactly what I want her to do. This will make it much easier later on to get more specific positions from your dog, like in heel or other things. You find that you start combining behaviors a lot in ways that you didn't previously plan on. Something like this will set up many different things. Stand, wait. Yes. Yes, good, look at that, awesome. Good, oh, and really good correction right here to keep her feet, it seemed, on the book. That's a pretty good start to this. We'll see where that one goes. I want to check in on stay with distractions with toys that she really likes, like, you know, she loves this toy right now. Sit, good, stay. I guess she's a little rusty on that. She thinks we're playing fetch right now, not doing an obedience session. So her mindset is completely different because almost always when I break out toys, we're doing fetch. Sit, good. I'm actually going to go ahead and reward with the chicken. Maybe that'll start to trigger the obedience part of her brain. Maybe not. So let me make it a little easier. Look at me. Yes, took her a second. Yeah, she's quite rusty on this little exercise. Stay. This is a core training exercise. No matter how exciting something is, our dogs must eventually learn to stay when we ask. Sit. Stay. Good. It's really important to me that inertia hold her stay or hold her position no matter what's going on around her. So I'm going to periodically do this exercise with her, teach her how to stay while I throw some of her favorite toys around. And hopefully that teaches her that just because she wants to do something doesn't mean she should automatically act on that desire. It's important to do this with a variety of different objects and things that your dog likes, maybe things they've never even seen before. Those are extra tempting. If your dog chases squirrels, cats, or other small animals, this exercise is a must as well. Okay, good job. Very good. So, go get it. Go play with it. She still gets, okay, I can play with that with permission. Without permission, I can't play with it. Today's an exciting day. We're gonna take Inertia to get her final round of vaccinations. She's behind me right now. Do you hear her whining? I've been trying to be as consistent as possible about not addressing her, not giving her any attention when she starts barking. So she's been doing generally well, but we've noticed a slight relapse here. So for example, the last couple of nights she started barking in her crate for about 5-10 minutes at a time. It eventually stops, which is cool, but right now I want to wait until she settles down a bit before I let her out. I still have her on her leash, you might notice. That's only because I put her in there just a second ago to get everything ready for the vet. Oh, she's so excited. So now that she's quiet, I'm gonna ask her to sit. Can I have a sit, please? Thank you, very good. I don't always require her to sit, but I do always require her to wait. Ose. Okay, good job. See that? Look at that. That's called proofing. Faked her out a little bit. Can I get a stand? Wait. That was a good real-life application of a stand and a wait. See if she'll respond to a basic lure. See, at home, I'm able to say lie down without a treat and everything. Here, I'm putting the best treat I have right at her face, and okay, she is responsive there, but albeit reluctantly. Good job. But that's normal in new, exciting places. See, the focus is very lacking right now. And that's something that will improve over the next many months to even a year or two in some situations, I'm sure. And it's only going to improve if I continue to work on it and take her to lots of places and train with her in lots of places. So I say this to make it clear to you that if you have a dog and they're not listening, even for a treat, doesn't mean that they're not motivated by treats. It means they're not used to the environment where you're asking them to listen. Will you look at me? Can't get her eyes on me, see that? Yes, good. I'll take that. Good, you're being very good. Look at me. And so here, I'm not gonna push training on her. That's my cue that she's not in a training mindset right now. Ultimately, I'd like her to be a little more cooperative. Again, frustration, because I'm holding her right here. And I'm just gonna continue to hold her until she calms down to let her know that behavior doesn't work for her. When she calms down, Puppies do that. They throw temper tantrums just like little babies and toddlers.
Hi. Hi, my sweet baby. Oh my goodness, you're so happy.
We've succeeded in making her not nervous of the vet so far. Wait.
Always nice and comfortable.
Wait. Good. See, stand is a valuable skill to teach. The vet, the scale, grooming, all those sorts of things. Dr. Abby is great about putting dogs at ease by having some fun snacks on the exam table to keep Inertia preoccupied.
We're gonna get our rabies. We're gonna get our distemper, lepto, parvo, parainfluenza, and adenovirus, and we're gonna get our last flu vaccine.
Another smooth experience at the vet. Good job, Inertia. I'm going to include a bonus scene in this episode in just a second, so keep watching. Go to the App Store and download the Pupford app to keep your training on track. And get your Pupford Train and Engage products. I'll have links below. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll know when the next episode is out. Follow me on Instagram and join our live shows to learn even more. Here are some highlights from our recent live show. See you next time. Hey guys, I'm about to do an Instagram live over here, and I thought I would record it for this episode as well. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm at Zach George. I do a lot of these live shows. I answer your questions directly. It's a really good way to get even more detailed information on training your dog, so check it out.
Alice wants to know how to teach your puppy Leave It. That's a really good question.
Yeah, so basically teaching Leave It is just about restricting your dog's access to a particular thing. We haven't worked on Leave It like right under her nose there, so that's kind of a harder Leave It. I mean, Leave It takes many forms. There's Leave It like leave the leaves alone falling from the sky, leave the dog poop alone, leave that dog alone. I mean, Leave It comes in many forms, so it's not just some generic thing that you teach and all of a sudden they've got it. You have to train in such a huge variety of different contexts. Leave it, dropping it on the ground, making it move around like that. Look at me. I like to really throw look at me in there with Leave It because it's one thing to tell your dog to leave it, but what do you want them to do instead? And the way to tell them what to do instead is by voluntarily getting their eyes on you. See this? Leave it alone. Look at me. Yes, lie down. Perfect. So there's a good example.
If you're walking a dog on leash, do you always want them by your side?
No, sometimes you want them by your side. The reason I say no so emphatically, I guess if you live in a really urban setting that might be necessary, but you gotta let dogs have some room. I mean, a heel is great and has its place, but you know, dogs are gonna walk faster than we do, and this is one of those behaviors we've tried to tack on after selecting for the exact opposite. Most dogs that pull on a leash are the same kind of dogs who have endless stamina and endurance, and that's exactly what we've selected for over hundreds, thousands of years with these dogs. So getting them to walk slowly next to a person is highly unnatural. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but it's not realistic to expect that all the time.
How do I convince my parents we need a puppy? We made a video about that.
Yeah, we have a video on that topic. But you know, start by volunteering. Start by showing your parents that you're very serious. Start reading books about dogs and training and raising a dog. My first book is a good one to start with to show them that you're really doing your research. I mean, I can only imagine though, if you're a school-age child or young person, even if you're in high school, it would be pretty hard. It can be done, but it would be pretty hard to train a dog. Like, I work full-time doing this, and it's still a challenge for me. So it takes a lot more time than a lot of people realize, I think. But of course, we all have different sets of expectations for our dogs as well.
How many hours a day are you training her?
Isn't it funny how people assume that hours a day of training is required? I do about 3 major sessions lasting about 20 minutes each now. So about an hour a day of primary training, probably on a good day, maybe less. Hour a day of primary training and then a couple of 10-minute fetch sessions throughout the day, maybe 3 10-minute fetch sessions.
I have a 6-month-old puppy. What's the best way to teach them to not bark or be quiet?
Exercise early in the day is much more likely to get a dog to be more low-key and well-behaved throughout the day. So dogs that bark are very often dogs that have extra pent-up energy. There's no magic answer if you're not there to teach. Really focus on getting the most out of your training lessons and redirecting prior to your dog barking. I mean, ideally, intercepting your dog when they do this, when they perk up, like, I'm about to start barking, is the time to get their attention on you, encourage calmness, reinforce heavily when they are calm, especially in the beginning. By reinforce heavily, I mean rapid fire small, high quality treats at them to be like, whoa, I'm gonna seal that in right there. That's what I like. Yes, I still like that right there.
What?
That was a pretty fun live. I enjoyed it. Are you guys following us on Instagram yet? I'll have a link below. In our next episode, we'll get an update on potty training, and Inertia will majorly surprise me and do one of my all-time favorite tricks. I'm also going to focus on teaching Inertia better manners around our cat and our dog Indy, and much more.